Very good morning, dear students. Welcome to all of you to today's class. But before starting the class, let's do Brahmanad. Santi. So now let's start the class. So dear students, today we are going to read the poem of A Stilly Night. This poem is being written by Thomas More. See, Thomas More, he has taken birth in the year 1779 and died on 1852. He was an Irish poet, satirist, composer and political propagandist. So here, focus one thing. Oft in a stilly night. Oft means often. Stilly means calm and quiet. Night is night time. Okay. So often in a calm and quiet night, something is happening. Something fishy is there. So look, I am speaking of one thing. You just try to focus on it, or today night try it. Whenever you are going to sleep at night, not in the daytime, because daytime is not mentioned here, okay? During the night time, whenever you are going to sleep by 10 pm, 11 pm or whatever it is, are you sleeping instantly after laying down on the bed? Definitely not. For some time you are looking at the cell phone, some other time you are thinking something, or you are just turning sides. For some time you are unable to sleep and your mom is asking, what happened beta, why you are not sleeping? Then you are speaking, mama, I am unable to sleep. Okay, so all these things are happening. So here, remember one thing, night time is the only time when all the things will come to your mind. Either the memories are good or the memories are bad. It will be reflected before your mind's eye. So this is the reason why the poet did take the stilly night, why the calm and quiet night is being reflected here. For example, you can't write on something poetic by sitting in the crowded place, but if you are sitting in a calm and quiet place, definitely you can do something creative. So now let's see why did the poet take the time night and what is mentioned often in a stilly night. Okay, let's start the poem. Look, on that side I have written difficult words. On this side I have written few lines from the poem. After completion of this one, we will skip to another one. Okay, so that if I am writing, it would be easy for you to understand. Oft in the stilly night. Oft means often. In the stilly means calm and quiet night time. Okay, so often in the calm and quiet night time. Air means before. I have written the meaning there. Air means before. Slumber's chain means chain of deep sleep. Okay, slumber means deep sleep. Chain means something chain, a normal chain that is used to tie up something. So here what is mentioned? Slumber's chain, because it is mentioned as if a chain is there and we are being captured, then we are sleeping. Okay, a slumber's chain has bound me. Why it is mentioned bound me? Means here the poet has focused that before he is captured by the chain of sleep, means before he sleeps at night. Fond memories reflecting good memory, brings the light. Fond memories means good memories, brings the light means reflected. Okay, so what does it mean? What is the meaning of these three lines? Before the poet is able to sleep peacefully at night, before he is being captured by deep sleep, by the chain of deep sleep, all the good memories, all the good things, good memories are being reflected before his mind. Means he is thinking all the good things that has already happened with him. Understood? Of other days around me, of other days means it is reflecting of past days. And which day? Definitely he is not focusing on future. Okay, so he is definitely focusing on the past life, and the poet is speaking that before I sleep at night, all the good memories of my past life is being reflected before my mind's eye. And always remember, night time is the time when you can feel good with the good memories, or you also can be haunted by the bad memories. It means nostalgia haunts the poet during the night time before he falls asleep. Sometimes you are also doing sleeping on bed and looking at the ceiling and moving and also watching the moving fan, all these things you are also doing. So the poet was also doing the same thing. Of all the days around me why? Means of the past days of his life. That's why it is mentioned around me. It means the poet is reflecting on his own past life. The smiles, the tears of boyhood years. It means now the poet is not a boy. Definitely he is an old man. Okay, that's why it is mentioned boyhood. Will you speak of my boyhood years? Why? Because you are right now a boy. Your grandfather can speak in my young age, in my boyhood years and in my childhood days. You can speak childhood days, but a child of 4 and 5 years old, they can't speak my childhood days. Okay, I was doing this much in my childhood days. So definitely, as it is mentioned boyhood years, the poet is not at all a boy. He might be a young man or might be an old man. Okay, it is mentioned little bit later. The smiles, the tears. The smiles means what? Smile is referring to happy moments. Tear is referring to sad moments. Okay, so smile referring to happy pastime. Tear is referring to sadness of his life. Okay, of boyhood years. So what is he thinking about? He is not only thinking about the happy days, but he is also thinking about the past sad moment. Means either it is good, bad, happiness, sadness. Everything is being reflected before his eyes before he falls asleep. The words of love then spoken. And what is mentioned? The words of love then spoken. His eyes were also speaking the language of love. If you check, you can find out that Thomas More was having a friend named Lena, and he was deeply in love with that girl. But what happened? They were being separated. That's why it is mentioned. It might be possible that for that lady he has written the words of love then spoken. It means he was expressing the words of love, his feelings. Okay, the eyes that shone, and in the second line it is mentioned the words of love then spoken, the eyes that shone. Listen, our eyes are the most expressive part of our body. We can express everything. If we are sad, sadness will be reflected. If you are happy, your eyes will shine. If you are angry, it also can be reflected by your eyes. That's why you must have seen the Odissi dancers. They do express everything by their eyes. So here, eyes are the most expressive part of the body. That's why the poet has mentioned that the love is being expressed by his eyes, and as a result, his eyes were also shining, now dimmed and gone. And in the youth, in the young age, his eyes were shining, his eyes were speaking the language of love. But right now it is dimmed and gone. What do you mean by dimmed and gone? Two things are mentioned. It might be possible that due to old age, the poet has lost eyesight. Okay, or in another case it is also possible that there is no one with him, so there is no happiness in his eyes. Understood the point? If you want to distinguish, you just see the eye of a boy who is 15, your eyes, and see the eyes of your grandfather. Your eyes are not same. Your eyes are expressing happiness, your eyes are expressing life, but your grandparents' eyes are expressing sorrow, grief, tension, worry. All these things are being expressed. Understood the point? So, because a human being can be altered with the advance of age, now dimmed and gone, and he is unable to see properly. There is no life in his eyes are not shining, and in another case, due to old age, he might be unable to see properly. That's why it is mentioned the eyesight has gone. The cheerful hearts now broken, and his hearts are now broken. Understood? Previously there was love, There was happiness in his heart, but right now there is no love, no happiness, nothing is there, nothing is left. And the poet has mentioned that the happy hearts are now broken. He is alone. That's why in the quiet and calm and quiet night, he is focusing on a varieties of things. Did you understand? So, in this stanza what is mentioned, that his cheerful heart is broken and there is nothing to reflect, but he is thinking on the past life which is filled, which is a mixture of happiness as well as sadness. Okay? Now see what is written. Then the poet is speaking that thus, in the stilly night, ere slumber's chain hath bound me. Hath means what? It means has. This is the old English. Okay? Thus, in the stilly night, so likewise, in the calm and quiet, in the stilly night. Listen, these two lines are being repeated so many times. Okay? Ere slumber's chain hath bound me means before the chain of deep sleep has captured me, before I am in deep sleep. Sad memory. In the first stanza it is written fond memories. Okay. Now it is written sad memory. Sad memory brings the light. It means the sad memory brings the light means what? Reflected. Means here the poet is not only thinking on the happy days, but he also thinking, he is also reflecting on the sad moments of his life. So the sad memory is also being reflected before his eyes. Of other days around me. Of other days means what? Of past days. Okay. So the poet is focusing on his own happy moment as well as sad time of his past life. Understood here? When I remember all, and here the poet is speaking that when I remember all means who? Who is referred here? His friends. Okay, look. Let me tell you one thing. Every relationship we are getting from our birth, but friendship is the single relationship that we are not getting from our birth. Even our parents are not forcing us to be friend with a particular person. This is the single relationship that we do select for ourselves only. We have the 100% right to select our friend. Understood it? Okay, this is the only relationship in this world that we have to select for ourselves. If we are selecting a good person as our friend, our life will be good. And if we are selecting a bad person as our friend, our life will be bad, because it is a proof that a man is known by the company he keeps. Company means friends. Okay, so remember, when I remember, it means here the poet is not thinking about his family. He is not thinking about his parents. He is not thinking about his relative, but to whom he is thinking on? He is thinking on his friends only. When I remember all means here all is referring to his friends. Okay, the friends so linked together, linked means what? Connected. Okay, and he is speaking that I am thinking on the friends, my friends who were too much connected together, means I am not connected with a single person, but we are connected. They were definitely having a group of friends. Okay, the friends so linked together, I have seen around me fall like leaves in wintry weather. You have seen in winter season the green trees, the trees they shed their green leaves also. They shed their leaves prematurely, either the leaf is ripen or it is green still. The tree did set down the leaf in the winter season. Okay, that's why the winter season is regarded as the season of death in English literature. Okay, and spring is regarded as the season of life in English literature. So here the poet has compared, like is mentioned here, the poet has used simile. Okay. What is simile? I will speak you in the doubt clear class so that you can understand it in a better way. So simile. So simile means it is a comparison in between two different things indicated by the word like or as. So here simply you just recall the poet has compared his friends with the leaves in wintry season. Why? What is the reason? Because in winter season the leaves fall prematurely. either it is green or grey, it does fall down, so that there will be new leaf. Likewise, his friends, they departed prematurely. It might be possible that the friends, they have left the place, or the friends, they have died. Okay, it means the poet's friends were not of his own age. Means suppose the poet has written this poem when he was only 60 years old. So all the friends were not of 60 years, some were 55, some are 65, some are 70. So the poet is speaking that his friends, they have died, but it is not mentioned that the friends died. They have left the place. Okay, they departed. Departed means here it is not mentioned. In the next stanza it might be there. I have seen around me fall means the poet is the sole survivor, and the poet has witnessed the fall of his friends, just like the leaves fall down from the tree in the winter season. Understood it? Let me tell you once again. Look, this much it is already repeated in the previous stanza. Okay, when I remember all means when he is thinking of all his friends, the friends so linked together. So the friends were combiningly means those were quite linked. They were having good relationship in between the friends. I have seen, it means the poet has witnessed around me fall. The poet has witnessed the departure of his friends, like leaves in wintry siege weather. Just as the leaves fall down in the winter season, likewise his friends also fall down. And in one case it is referring that his friends have died prematurely, and the poet is the sole survivor in the group. Okay, understood? So here the poet has compared his friends with the leaves of winter season. So here what is mentioned? See, the poet did mention, I feel, I have seen around me fall like leaves in wintry weather. So the poet was thinking, as if as in the winter season the leaves fall down prematurely, likewise his friends also did die prematurely, and now he is the alone survivor, he is the single person. I feel like one, and he feels as if he is a person who treads alone, who is moving all alone. Some banquet hall deserted. Banquet hall means what? This is a hall where, just like your Kalyan Mandap, okay, where there is feasting, merrymaking for a large number of people. Formal meal is also arranged for a large number of people. That one is known as the banquet hall. So he feels as if he is the one, try to understand it, okay, who treads alone. He feels he is the person who is moving alone. Some banquet hall deserted means he is moving in the banquet hall which is deserted, means there is no one, means after the feast everyone has left the place, but the poet is the single one moving there. It means he has compared his past life with the present one. Okay, try to think. Poet, past life, present life. Past life, it was just like a banquet hall, there was feasting, merrymaking, happiness, and now the same room is there, means life is there, but no one is there, the poet is alone. Understood? The poet feels as if he has compared his life with a banquet hall which is deserted, because previously there was happiness, there was merrymaking, there was love, there was inspiration, there was hope, there was everything, but right now with the flow of time, when all his friends have left like the leaves of winter season, he is also all alone, and alone he is moving in the banquet hall that is deserted, that there is no one. The poet is the single survivor whose lights are fled, and there are no lights. There is darkness. What is light referring here? Here light is also referring to happiness, smile, glory, enjoyment, fun. And in poet's life there is no fun, no enjoyment right now. He is in the old age. He is not happy. Whose garland stayed? Garlanded means what? Garland, you know na? That we are garlanding, flowers are being tied is in knots. Okay, that one is garland. So the garland that means what? Stall garland. The garland which is already used. So whose garland stayed means the flowers are also stalled. The garlands are dead. The garlands are no longer in use. And all but he departed. It means what? Everyone is there but he departed. What does it mean? Means everyone is there in their life, but the poet has departed. It means everyone is dead, poet is alive. Okay, try to understand this line properly. And all but he departed means everyone has left the place, but he is there, he has departed everything and he is moving alone in the life. Okay. Thus, likewise, in the stilly night, in the calm and quiet night, ere slumbers sane before deep sleep doth captive has bound me, sad memory brings the light of all the days around me. And finally, the poet is speaking that as if, and before I am being captured by the deep sleep, sad memories are being reflected before his eyes. Okay, this is your complete poem. Now let us revise the poem once again so that you can understand it properly. But right now I am having the book, you also go through your book because I am going to speak you the summary. Oft in the stilly night, ere slumbers chain has bound me, fond memory brings the light of all the days around me. The poet is speaking that often in the calm and quiet night, when there is no one, there is alone, there is tranquil atmosphere, there is peace, all the sad memories, all the good memories are being reflected before his eyes. And when all these things are being reflected before his eyes, he feels little bit exhausted, little bit obsessed with the present condition. And it is also mentioned that of the words of love then spoken the eyes of that sign means he is reflecting on his youth, that in his youth he was having life, he was having happiness, but now everything is being lost. Now he has lost his eyesight, his eyes are not shining, there is no life in the eye, he is all alone. And again the poet is speaking that thus in the stilly night, not only the good memories but also the sad memories are reflected in the mind, and it also reminds me everything which is good and which is bad. Let me tell you one thing here, the poet is not referring to any of the family members, any of the relatives, but he is directly reflecting the friends. It means the poet is speaking that he had happy memories with his friends as well as sad memory. And what is the sad memory? The sad memory is reflecting the old age. Okay, because on the youth he has not spoken on any of this sad memory. On youth there was life, there was love, there was shining, everything was there, but right now with the flow of time everything is lost. And the poet has compared his life with the bouquet owl which is completely deserted. Previously in his own life there was happiness, there was sunshine, there was glamour, there was everything. But right now with the flow of time his friends have departed the world just like the leaves of winter season, and the poet is all alone. He is the single survivor, lone survivor in the place, and he moves alone as if everyone is there. He is lost in another world because he feels himself deserted, he feels himself alone. So he is speaking, he is comparing his life with the bouquet owl and speaking that there are no garlands are dead, lights are fled, there is nothing, there is no happiness, he is alone. And here in this poem the poet is missing his friends a lot. That's why he is reflecting on his past life which is filled with happiness, which is filled with glamour, which is filled with lots of love and inspiration. But right now nothing is there. The poet is alone and he thinks that how all his friends have died one by one, and he is the sole witness, and he is the alone to see all these things that are happening in front of his eyes, and the poet feels all alone. And so many times, often in the calm and quiet night, he reflects on the past life, past happy moment, and he also compares his past life with the present condition. Okay, means everything is being reflected. His look, present condition means what? His friends, when they departed, it didn't happen on a single day. Means he is also focusing that in the past I was doing all these things, but right now I am unable to do. My friends have left, all these things. Likewise he is reflecting, and Thomas More has given a keen insight into a person's life where there was happiness all around in the youth, but with the flow of time everything fades away. Okay, you just watch the video, read the poem properly. While watching it, go through the lines. Still if you are unable to understand, then ask me. Okay, thank you. Have a nice time.